And a chance for everyone to get some shots up. Find the touch. Find the range. Find themselves. We're almost at game time. Welcome, folks. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for the latest presentation of our NBA basketball. We'll watch the Miami Heat in this one as they go up against the Cleveland Cavaliers. This is Kevin Harlan, alongside Coach Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony. And we've got David Aldridge, our Hall of Famer, patrolling the sideline. Taking a look here at some of the numbers for him.
And he's gone dry over the past 10 games, guys. His scoring is way down, and he can't seem to fight his way out of the slump. He better get it going tonight, or they'll start losing patience with him.
Here's the starting group for the Cleveland Cavaliers. Victor Wembanyama is out there with Antetokounmpo, and it's Bay in at the 1. And for the Heat, Wingate is out there with Irving. Then there's Jaime Jaquez, and it's Santos in at power forward. Well, both these teams, of course, Greg, strong and rebounding. Should be a battle out there.
Nothing easy in the paint, Kevin. Both front courts will be fighting for every possession when they miss.
Here's Coleman. Antetokounmpo looking it over. Pass to Bay. Just 5 to shoot. Shot from the wing, and he knocks down the jumper.
And the fireworks begin. Should be an amazing show tonight.
Yeah, and it's important to get that first score quickly and establish your game.
Here is Wingate, coming off a stellar performance against Boston.
Well, that's a very early foul for him. Needs to be more careful and not pick up a second one this quarter.
In for the Cavaliers, number 16, Mynba.
Here's Santos. Left side Irving. 4 on the clock. Lets the 3 fly. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Last time they met in Cleveland.
And they cruised to a big win in their last meeting, getting that opposing starting lineup out of the game early with foul trouble.
Yeah, I don't think you can count on that happening every time, but it's a nice advantage when the calls go that way.
Miami with the ball, following the three-pointer by Antetokounmpo. Back to Irving. Beyond the arc. Score the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Okoro, he's checked in for Miami. Miami's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. So, Stan, you can talk about this. We always hear about Heat culture, the Miami franchise, from top to bottom. Everybody is all in and focused in one direction, aren't they?
Yeah, Kevin, I think that is the greatest strength the Heat have had as an organization, is they are all on the same page. And I think they've done it in large part because they have great continuity. If you just look up and down their staff, guys have been there forever. And that allows them to have a very consistent culture.
And teams have tried to copy that, and it's been very hard, hasn't it?
Well, it's been hard because the part they leave out is the consistency part. You can't build that kind of culture when you're making changes with your coaching staff and your front office every 2 to 3 years.
And here are the Cavaliers now after the Heat pick up 2. Wembanyama with the bounce pass. From outside the arc. Coleman, no good. Last game for the Heat, they picked up the win against the Celtics in Boston.
Yeah, and in that game, you see how they built out this roster, acquiring role players who can step up when needed.
Yeah, and they got contributions from everyone in that game. The whole rotation got involved in the score.
Here's Jaquez. He had a big outing in that Celtics game as well. And Mynba outside. Pass to Coleman. Lets it go with a three. Rebound by the Heat. And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter.
That's a defender doing just enough to cause a miss on the layup.
To the wing right side. Good, and the assist goes to Giannis.
And that's the beauty of Giannis. Always been a willing passer and can find the open man once the D focuses in on him.
And the Heat call time here.
Start it.
Williamson is checked in for the Cavaliers. Here we get a moment to view the league's highest scoring teams. The Cavaliers, number 1.
I mean, it's an exciting brand of basketball that they're playing. They've got such deadly weapons. Teams have had a heck of a time trying to slow them down.
Pass to Santos. Here is Wingate. Good ball movement here by the Heat. Jaquez outside. Just 5 on the clock. Miami needs to get a shot off.
For a center, he's maybe undersized, but his ability to get in the air to make a play balances that out.
Let's get an update on Irving. What's the status, David?
Kevin, I caught up with the head athletic trainer from Miami, and unfortunately, it sounds pretty serious.
All right, David, thanks. Well, guys, certainly not the news his fans were hoping for.
And not at all. I mean, it sounds like he's got a long road ahead of him in terms of his recovery.
That's just awful news. You really feel for the guy, and you know everyone in the NBA family is wishing him a speedy recovery.
And Miami has possession after the Cavaliers pick up 3, and Santos gets it to go.
Matching baskets from the perimeter, an earmark of today's game.
Yeah, sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
And it's good for 2. Coleman's got his second bucket.
How good is that? I mean, he can make a defender look foolish at times.
Pass to Okoro. Here's Santos. The 3, and the Heat, another 3.
Now that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Here's Coleman. A 32-point game for him in the win against Chicago.
And he was also a big factor for them defensively. I think he tallied 4 blocks in the game. No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. So this is the first of 2 in a row. These 2 teams will play against each other. Greg, any advantages or disadvantages?
Well, I mean, I feel in the first game you can run your game. That second time around is when you get to dig deep into the film and try and make adjustments.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Potter's checked in, and Banks is subbed in for Wingate. And Cleveland also making a change. Mobley's checked in. To the middle. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Banks passes to Potter. 1:46 left in the first quarter. Here's York, and he throws it down hard with one hand.
Flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
Woo, one of his favorite moves right there, guys. Launches it, and York pulls it down.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Jaquez the pass to Okoro. Out to the right wing. Got a piece of it. And here's the fast break. Here's Coleman. They get it back. Screen by Giannis. Coleman, no good.
Well, it isn't for a lack of effort when it comes to getting up the three-pointers, but not much to show for it. He's going to lose the green light here very early in this game if this keeps up.
Here's Hawkins. And they get some nice contributions from him on a nightly basis as he averages over 11 points a game. Cavaliers trailing. Pass to Mobley. And York pulls it down. Heat have gotten 6 of 11 shots to go down so far. Pretty nice shooting. Hawkins. Miami no good on that time either.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Outside Banks. Pass to Okoro. Just 3 on the clock. That one's not going to go. 1 quarter in the books, and it's been a close one so far. Heat out front, leading by just 1. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Miami.
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
And one other thing they've done well today, guys, share the ball. I mean, set up teammates and just playing unselfishly.
Isaac Okoro out there with Irving. Then it's Nance. And it's Potter in at the power forward position. So that's who Miami starts the second with. Here's Irving. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Boston. Mobley, a screen on Irving to the paint. And Mobley throws it down.
I love the way he went with the bounce pass there. Great awareness.
Pass to Irving. Six to shoot. And Nance kicks to Okoro. Over Green. Okoro shot is off. And so Wembanyama will bring it up for Cleveland. All right, Stan, let's put that coaching hat back on you. How in the world would you game plan for a player like Victor Wembanyama?
Well, that's a great question, Kevin, and there are no great answers because he's so good. I think when you're guarding him, you want to be as physical as you can and keep him as far away from the basket as possible to negate his length. Defensively, or when you're on offense, his defense, I think you want to use his instincts to block shots against him, take the ball at him, draw him, and get the ball to open people.
It sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, but if it were that good, it would work more often against a guy that good.
Start it.
And the Heat call time here. And the Cavaliers making a change here. Tyson's checked in. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Kyrie Irving.
And maybe it's shocking, maybe not too shocking, but the scoring trend over the last few years has been going down a bit. I'm sure it's something he's well aware of, and we'll see if that continues to be the case.
And out of bounds, the Cavaliers will take it. Green left side. Mobley, a screen on Irving. Takes a three. Drains it from beyond the arc. And now a 5-point Cleveland lead.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Pass to Potter. Back to Irving. Just 4 to shoot. Tries from 16. Got a hand on it. Mobley with the bounce pass. No one covering. 14 points for him.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
Pass to Irving. Back to Okoro. Here's Potter. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. Again, the miss by the Heat. Here's Tyson. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And the Cavaliers lead by 10.
And the lead should be safe if they can keep shooting the basketball like this.
Okoro passes to Nance. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Here's Wembanyama. Wembanyama with that soft touch around the rim.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
And here is Okoro. He had 25 points in the win against Boston.
Look, he kept finding ways to get to the free throw line. He knew the other team couldn't stop him, so he just continued to punish them at the line.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. Wants to talk some things over, might be seeing some things to adjust. Here's Coleman. Right now he averages nearly 23 points a game, a relentless offensive force. Tyson with the bucket.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
Getting the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. The game is certainly going international. Commissioner Adam Silver says, with basketball's exponential growth, it's now truly a global game. We're fortunate that the very best in the world want to play in a single league. And Kevin, the NBA continues to draw talent from all corners of the globe.
And David, you've been all over the globe, and the talent level undeniable.
This offense just continues to impress.
Pass to Santos. There's a screen. Launches a three. It's not going to fall. He's taken 4 shots and made 2.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
And here's Bay. Wembanyama, a screen on Hawkins. Coleman, no good. The Heat trail by 15. Irving up top. He has 7. Here is Wingate. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Irving. Miami no good on that time either.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
Yeah, quality offense will serve you well in the long run. You can't settle for bad shots.
Now, here is Irving. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Hawkins, the pass to Irving. Greg, you love this topic more than anyone when you think about the best ball handlers of all time. Where does Kyrie Irving rank on your list?
Well, you know, I think, Kevin, he's at the very top. I've never seen anyone else pull off some of the things he does. Certainly makes a strong case for the best ever.
And the Cavaliers making a change here. Mobley's checked in. Pass to Tyson. 1:53 left to play here in the second quarter. Good on the triple. He's got 17.
Wow, he has been unstoppable from outside in the second quarter. The threes are just flowing.
Here is Wingate. And stolen by Bay. And here they come. Coleman, no good.
Well, this is certainly not the game he was hoping for offensively, but they've been able to find points as a team even without his contributions.
Basket good.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
The Cavaliers leading by 15. Pass to Bay. The 3. And it's Miami with the rebound. York's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Irving passes to York. Here's Jaquez. Now here's Irving. Shot clock at 5. Over to the wing. Santos. Good, and the assist goes to Irving. Santos has got 9.
How about that decision by Kyrie? That's why you want the ball in his hands.
2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Nice work to get it inside and drop contact.
The Cavaliers shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game. First one falls for. Banks checked in for Kyrie Irving. He's off on the second. The Heat trail by 13. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks.
Cavaliers foul. First personal foul.
The Heat shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. The Cavaliers leading by 11. There's 18 seconds left in the second quarter.
I see you.
Pass to Wembanyama. 9 feet out. He can't get that one to fall. And so it's Cleveland holding on to an 11-point cushion as we get ready to take a break. They've dictated the pace, pushed the ball at every chance, and it's paying off for them. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Welcome to halftime, folks. Before we talk about the game, let's check out who won Player of the Month in both the East and West. Swerving off topic for a moment, I need you guys to weigh in on this. Is a hot dog a sandwich?
Oh man, it's a hot dog. Jeez, it's right there in the name.
Well, it's got meat, correct?
Right.
It has bread.
Right.
Isn't that what it takes to make a sandwich?
Stuffed between bread?
That's not how it works. Every summer they have a hot dog eating contest, not a sandwich eating contest. They're different.
I really feel sandwich. And going back now to that first half, you could say things are going extremely well for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
They're getting good looks from range. That's been the key.
But they also hit a bunch of contested threes, playing with great confidence. You could see the lead snowballing in the second half.
Thanks for spending halftime with us. Time to get it back out to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Ray, you look at today's point guards, so many different types that can be effective.
And there's a lot more freedom for point guards to kind of explore the parameters of their game. Sometimes it's steadying an offense. Other times it's to ignite it.
And on the floor for Steve Kerr as we get into the second half. Antetokounmpo out there with Victor Wembanyama. And it's Bay in at the point. Tyson with the bucket.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Here's Jaquez. Here's York. The Heat shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight. That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. Now Bay. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Baseline try, and they pick up 2. Coleman's got 6.
And watching that defensive effort right there, you wonder how much they want this game.
Yeah, I got to agree. Their defensive commitment's got to be a lot better.
Now, here is Irvin. 8 points for him. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Bay. And now, let's take a look again at that incredible rejection.
And, guys, that is lockdown defense at its finest. Going right at the shot and then able to knock it away.
And if you're just joining us, we played over a minute here in the third. 6 on the shot clock. Jaquez with the bucket.
Well, with his skill and confidence with the ball, if you put him in position, he'll reward you.
Pass to Tyson. Here's Bay. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Not quite enough defense that time around. Just lucky he was off.
Back to Jaquez. Now Irving for 3. Antetokounmpo pulls it in.
And with that miss, they're just 1 for 4 to start the third quarter.
Here's Wembanyama. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. 7 points in the game.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Here is Wingate. Hasn't made one yet. Jaquez with a wide open look. Again, the miss by the Heat.
Their game plan needs to change if they're going to get out of this hole because he is just not there offensively.
And so it's Irving with it, bringing it up for the Miami Heat. 15-point game. Jaquez bounce pass. This one for 3. And Kyrie Irving, good for 3. Irving's got 11 points.
And Irving can change the course of a game with his ability to shoot the 3.
Coleman, the pass to Bay. And here is Antetokounmpo. Fade away. And York pulls it down. York's got 9 rebounds now tonight. Pass to Irving. Three-pointer. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Giannis has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Driving in. Machetes his way. Giannis.
And on the drive, Giannis, he can be so disruptive, just muscling his way through the defense.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Here's the screen. Jaquez with the ball. 6 points for him. Whoops, there's the 24-second shot clock violation, so they'll turn it over. The Heat making a switch here. Okoro's checked in.
Isaac Okoro.
Cleveland leading by 14. Wembanyama outside. Antetokounmpo setting the pick for Wembanyama. Bangs on the trifecta. He's got 10.
Well, so many bigs excel from three-point range these days, and he's right up there with the best of them.
And really, Stan, Victor Wembanyama has a chance to be one of those paradigm-shifting players. Don't you agree?
Oh, no doubt, Kevin. First of all, there are not going to be very many 7'4" guys come along and then come with the skills that he has on a court, the length, his mobility, how fluid he is. It's unprecedented.
Pass to Okoro. Here's York. The tray. Not that one, and the Cleveland lead has been cut to just 11 on the basket from Wingate.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Bay with it. The shot by Antetokounmpo. Nobody around. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Here is Wingate. His scoring totals are something to take note of. He's averaging over 19 points a game. Pass to Santos. Pocket 6. Takes the 3. No good from Wingate.
Well, that's what the defense has to do. make that shot as uncomfortable for him as possible.
Bay finds Wembanyama. Here's Coleman. Wembanyama, a screen. Coleman gets the bucket. Coleman's got 9 points.
The D just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Pass to Santos. Irving, a screen on Giannis. Santos, the pass to Wingate. And right away, they match it with a three-pointer of their own. Wingate's got his second basket of the game. Now, here's Bay. 5 points in the game. Wembanyama passes to Coleman. There's the lob at Kumbo, and out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. Already it's February. Let's see how the East is matching up. We take a look at the Cavaliers. They've continued to play strong basketball, not utterly dominant, as the last part of the season grinds toward the playoffs. And it looks like, guys, they'll hold on to that #1 spot the whole way there. And, of course, Miami just need to take it a game at a time.
And I think for Miami, most of the preseason predictions were right on the money when it came to them. I mean, a playoff contender, but not necessarily championship caliber.
Well, sometimes those teams that are on the edge can be the most dangerous. They play like they have something to prove.
Now, here's Bay. And it's off from three-point range.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
Here's Wingate. Off the mark, and a chance to trim it to single digits. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Cavaliers. On the wing, Giannis. Pass to Wembanyama. The Cavaliers again can't hit. The Heat trail by 11. There's 53 seconds left to play in the third. Now, here's Okoro. He's defended by Bay. Here is Wingate. And good. The friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. Wingate's got 8 points in the quarter.
And you'd like to see since the half now. He's finally starting to come back.
Thanks checked in for the Heat. And so Steve Kerr calls for the timeout. He wants to regroup and go over the strategy. The Cavaliers leading by 9. Right wing. Down low. Here's Coleman. And that one is stuffed right through.
Oh, taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. Pass to York. Mobley with the block. Here's Coleman. Williamson, the pass to Coleman. And here is Mobley. Here's Coleman. Oh, he just knocked down the buzzer beater.
What a way to punctuate the third quarter. They've got the lead, and they've got momentum.
And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Cavaliers lead by 14. And we're just moments away from the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And the winner today, the big fella here with the sweetest of dimes. What a plus it is to have a post player who's got this ability to find.
Yeah, it's pretty to watch. It's great to have so many big men in the NBA who can dish it like this.
And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. The Cavaliers leading by 14. We've got Okoro. He's out there with Irving, and it's Nance in at center, locked down the middle. It's the group on the floor for Miami.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Stan, you've been on the bench in the NBA for many decades. What were some of your biggest pet peeves as a coach?
Oh my gosh, Kevin, that would be a long list. But the two biggest would be this. I think number one, anytime there was a lack of effort, you're not running back on defense, things like that. That I had a hard time tolerating. And then mental breakdowns, things we had prepared for over and over and over again, and then guys just zone out and forget what they're supposed to do. Those were things that were hard to tolerate.
Especially when you would take such care in preparing them in every way. It's got to be just excruciating.
Frustrating as heck.
And in terms of ball handling, this guy is just on another level. Kyrie Irving can put it on a string and just run circles around the defense.
Both free throws good from Kyrie Irving. Cleveland leading by 15. Pass to Coleman. There's the screen from deep three-point land. And it's Irving with the rebound. And it's the Heat with the ball. Now Okoro. Now here's Nance, covered by Mobley. And Nance kicks to Okoro. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Irving. Yes, it is. Scored that as a bucket. Number 5 on a 5-for-11 night.
Yeah, terrific feel for where the defense is hedging. Irving knows that's his shot to take.
Here's Coleman. The Cavaliers again can't hit. The Heat trail by 13. Irving looking for an opening. Can't get it to fall.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Pass to Coleman. Shoots over Okoro. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. And the Cavaliers lead by 15. Now Irving. On the wing, Nance. And the basket is good.
Well, once he gets a step to the rim like that, it's going to take more of a defensive effort to force the miss.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Nance a screen on Green. Pass to Potter. Takes the 13-footer. Nance, no good.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Coleman gets the bucket. Coleman's got 19 points.
It's really been a tale of two halves, guys. A slow start, but this quarter, he has really been the man.
And now an update on Victor Wembanyama from David Aldridge. David, what'd you find out?
Well, guys, I was able to catch up with Cleveland's head athletic trainer. And this is an unfortunate injury and potentially devastating for them. This injury could be devastating for them. This is a team that had title hopes, Kevin, and this is not what they need.
David, thanks for checking in. On top of it as always.
It's interesting. Even with the advancements in strength and conditioning, injuries continue to impact the game.
Well, this is a high-impact sport, and the league continues to get bigger and faster.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Nance against Mobley. And stolen by Mobley. And the wide open shot from Green. Off target with his 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Outside Irving. Pass to Potter. Inside. Here's Nance. Battles through traffic and lays it in.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there. Dead on target.
And we've got a timeout called by Steve Kerr. Wants to make sure everybody's coordinated and intent.
Okay, fans.
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game.
And in terms of his shooting, this has been one of the more accurate performances you'll ever see. I mean, he's been in constant motion, creating a lot of good looks for himself. But still, even when you're wide open, you expect to miss some of the time. That has not been the case here tonight. This guy has made everything.
And as the star of this team, he knows he's going to be the object of the crowd's anger. Here's Antetokounmpo.
Right here.
And the shot goes in. And the Cavaliers lead by 19.
And you love watching Giannis operate inside. So assertive and forceful.
Jaquez outside. Here's York. Defended by Wembanyama. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Antetokounmpo passes to Coleman. Over Irving. Here's Wembanyama. Good work there as it goes. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Cavaliers.
Well, I love how connected they've been defensively. They're right into shooters and piling up block shots.
And also, guys, they push the ball and been able to score in transition, trying to take advantage of playing in the open floor as often as possible.
Coleman, the pass to Giannis. Hey, Stan, we've exported so much corporate basketball knowledge overseas. Remember when Fratello and you and your brother Jeff would go over there and have these clinics and teach the coaches the game? And they've taken that knowledge clearly and run with it.
No, I think that definitely happened when those guys went over. I think now it's sort of going the other way in large part. I know that all of us in the league now study what the great coaches in Europe are doing, and there's a lot of them, and the game is different, but they incorporate a lot of different concepts. I don't know a staff in the league that isn't spending a lot of time studying the international game.
Took the opportunity when he saw it.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
Outside Irving. To the left wing. 5 on the clock. Pulls up. And again, it's the Heat missing. The Cavaliers leading by 22.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for the Cavaliers.
Tonight, they seem committed to the three-point shot.
That was the bread and butter. Fortunately, they made enough of those, but sometimes it was quantity over quality.
And in what's been a solid season, to say the least, tonight's game will push their win total now up to 53.
And as we get set to put this one to bed, a one-sided season series thus far. They've won 2 straight. And even against defense as tight as that, you almost expect him to still bury those.
Bay finds Antetokounmpo. Wembanyama, a screen on Jaquez. Antetokounmpo, no good. On the wing, Irving. There's 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. There's the pick. Bay against Wingate. It's over Bay, and Wingate gets it to go.
Working against size, he's just crafty enough to carve out some wiggle room.
Yeah, and he also plays with great confidence, taking a shot there that other guys might have turned down.
Here's Coleman. And so it's Cleveland taking care of business in this. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise to the kind of win they did tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Giannis, a big lead going into the break, and you never let up. What did Coach say at halftime?
Coach at the half, he told us to keep having fun, keep playing together, playing hard, try to rebound the ball because it's our job to run it down.
Well, you followed his instructions to the T and got that big win, man. Congratulations. Back to you, Kevin.
Much appreciated, David. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. So, for Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports, as we present our Player of the Game.